We are 10 seconds out. And the opening clip is a short one. That's Chris, I'm glad you picked this one. 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We're like a big boy!
Hey, idiot.
I don't get it. I think this is funny. Is it me? Do I have no idea what makes people laugh? Do I know nothing about the art of comedy?
Wow. Prophetic. Hello and welcome to the worst movie ever made, an experiment the movie podcast designed with one thing in mind to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Hockman. I'm joined by my co-host, fellow mad scientist, Rob Scucci, and Bob Hessing. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing Going Overboard?
I've had every kind of illness over the last 3 weeks or so. And now that the medicine has worked its way through my system, I am experiencing a level of digestional distress that I don't feel like talking about on air, but I think it's an apt comparison to the movie we're about to get into, which is Adam Sandler's Going Overboard. 1989. It's his first feature-length film. How he got work after this, I don't know, but this is the movie that launched his career, allegedly. Bob, how are you?
Yes.
I'm going to repeat something I said earlier. I work with a guy who loves Sandler and absolutely loves everything Sandler does. He couldn't get through the first 15 minutes of this. He turned it off. And we persevered and we sat through the whole thing because it's our job to professionally rate this movie. So here we go. I'm going to describe it and I'm going to alliterate it. If that's a thing.
And it's a new season. I think I think accurately we're on season 21. So season 21 bumpers.
Shit.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Mexican guy says to the black guy, I'm gonna give you $10. You can buy me some beer. I'm gonna loan you my car. The black guy borrows his car, goes to supposedly buy him some beer, and all of a sudden he gets out of the car for some reason, and somebody hits him on the head.
The best explanation.
Yeah. Succinct. Thanks, Steve.
It is. That's perfect. That's great. Thank you, Chris. I love that.
You're very welcome. After you.
Here we go, Rob. Ready?
Yeah.
Unfunny funny man fails at farce, fumbles with female fraternization, and fosters flair for foes with firearms.
God.
All right. Got it.
I know you did.
Prove it.
So
Unfunny funny man fails at farce, fumbles with female fraternization, and fosters flair for foes with firearms. Chris, Bob, continue.
All right. A young adult who calls himself a comedian, his character name is Shecky, works on a cruise line, delivering drinks and not much else. But he wants to do stand-up comedy on a boat, or at least on this boat. And then too many characters clutter the frame and add no further story or depth. And then the ship's comedian, because apparently that's a thing, goes missing. And he after he's missing, he's feared dead. So Shecky, the young comic, gets his chance to do stand-up, and he sucks. Go figure.
Yeah.
But then he helps foil an assassination plot, only to make comedy stars of the two terrorists who were assigned to kill Miss Australia. Are you confused? You bet you are. That's this movie.
You forgot the part where Billy Zane was Zeus.
He was Neptune.
It's in my limerick.
Neptune,
don't worry.
whatever. I don't fucking care.
Out of the sea.
All right. So we're doing a YouTube.
Yeah, let's throw it to the best YouTube comment.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't feel anything.
After reading these YouTube comments. All right. So the actual movie trailer, the official trailer, had no comments. And then like the funniest scene, in quotes, from this movie had like 2 comments from the same guy that are like, oh, this sucks. So we had comments on our Hereditary video, YouTube, that you can find at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. And based on our write-up, someone said, haha, well, to each their own, I guess. I respect your opinion. And we had some back and forth. Recommended Rosemary's Baby, blah, 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 blah. That was Thammit 1892. So they might be a Hereditary themselves, given that birth date. And then Jared Stedman said, movie was average. What made me hate it was everybody's love of an average movie, and that fans of the movie would immediately attack you with convoluted points, which is what I was trying to say last week.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
it's like
sure.
you could like not like something and also understand it. Those aren't mutually exclusive things.
Yeah,
But,
you can get where it's coming from and still not like it.
I just don't like where it's coming from. All right, so that's it. Ready to do the pitches? And I believe we're starting with
No.
you.
I'm not
Okay.
ready. I need to speak my piece on Hereditary.
All
We
right.
give it all this credit, right? But somehow it's still in the negative. No way.
Yeah.
I hate you. You're a contrarian. All right, let's go to test number 1. Ain't that a pitch?
Counterpoint. I hated this movie and so did you guys. All right, here we go.
Oh, hi. You don't look so good.
You're looking kind of grizzly.
I have a lovely sack of coconuts.
Test number 1. Ain't that a pitch?
All right, so I think it's back to standard Chris Bob Rob on this one.
It is, yes.
Okay. Nice.
New season, same order.
Let's do it. In this flick, Shecky is a comedy panhandler, begging for laughs, but then that's Adam Sandler. Infinite money, and he's never been funny. Let's pray his life status converts to Chandler.
The old falling into a hot tub K-hole.
I'm just hoping that my wife wasn't listening because she's in the other room.
All right.
She was.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
She's gonna get that more than anybody. Yeah.
Could he be any more dead?
Oh, God.
All right.
Rob just goes,
All right, here
could
we
he be any more dead? Sorry, she thought that was funny.
Oh, good. Phew, okay. There once was a movie that started with a stupid cartoon and progressed when a vile clown is locked in our restroom. Too many beauty pageant contestants abound. I kept wishing for the characters to be drowned, but at least we got to see Billy Zane as King Neptune.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Way to finish.
Shecky and Dicky tell jokes that make me sickly. De facto Panama dictator gets thwarted by a comedy waiter from the guy who brought you Little Nicky.
which is another movie that we must do.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm gonna go Bob 4.5 just for bringing up the Billy Zane. That's an important part. I think that you and I, Chris, neglected to bring up.
Also,
did
Billy
not
Zane
bring
is
up
a
King Neptune.
friend of the pod as the Phantom.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Phantom.
That's true.
Yes, we have had.
And
some.
I'm gonna go Bob 4.
Yeah, so that's all right. Bob 425 and Chris.
Mhm.
Oh, Chris's score doesn't matter because we already secured a win for Bob. So
I'll give Bob a 3, just to make the math difficult.
I'm not calculating that, but okay. So 4.5, 4, and
No, it's
3.
4. It's
It's
4.125
Alright.
or something like that.
All right.
4.125. All right.
By
our
the way,
first
everybody needs to go to
0.125.
everybody needs to follow Billy Zane on Instagram because it's probably the best account out
Yes.
there.
It's a good account. I follow it.
He just wears like a
I'm-
cabbie
that's
hat
true.
and like pretends to speak French.
I love it.
Really? Okay.
It's fucking
I'll
great.
definitely check it
Oh,
out.
yeah, you gotta
Thanks for
watch
the
it.
recommendation.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's throw it to test number 2, the most offensive.
If we slow it down, we can actually see the bullets enter and exit Buttercup.
How offensive!
All right.
Nice.
Number
Oh, countdown. That's Bob 5. Here we go.
5. Are Rob's bumpers all one stream again?
It's all one track.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
indeed.
I'll play it at the
We
end.
gotta hear. We
Yeah.
gotta hear
That's
that.
gonna be the
end,
outro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
My number 5 here. I'm afraid it's just gonna go. Dup, 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 dup,
It escalates.
for the entire like.
It
minute and a half.
escalates.
Okay. Hitler satiating simpletons with sexism.
He does do
Lots
that
of
quite a bit.
dudes just
Yeah, he
lots
does.
of dudes just walking around the yacht or the whatever it is. I don't know. It's not a cruise liner, right? I mean, they show a cruise liner in the distance.
No, it is
in
a
couple
cruise
of
liner.
shots, but
It's meant
It
to
is
be,
what
but
it is.
like the establishing shots are clearly like someone's yacht.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it doesn't look.
It's
Because
meant to be like a
Sandler as
carnival cruise,
Shecky-
though. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the beginning, he's like, we have access to this boat and no budget, so like we're just gonna be shooting on the boat. There's plenty of scenes where I'm wondering why they're not shooting on the boat when they're just shooting on like fake grass on like a small porch or something. It looks like, and not the cruise liner. So I was debating whether or not they even really had access to that cruise liner. But Bob says
probably not.
They do, and I believe him. Number.
Yeah, they do.
Witless, fourth wall wavering.
Non-stop. It's non-stop.
Because they address that they're in a movie, but then they don't do anything with that.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what are you looking at? Oh, that's a camera right there. We're in a movie. And he's like, okay.
Oh, well, all right, whatever. Like, that would be the... It's just... It's really aggravating for me. It sounds like you guys didn't like it too much either.
Yeah.
How about our first clip of the day? Of course, I say that, but we had a opener. Let's do number
3.
Needlessly disgusting. This is pus.
All right.
If I had $1 million,
yeah.
the first thing I'd buy would be a Mercedes.
I would buy out Clearasil so I could pop everybody's pimples because they wouldn't be able to get rid of them. Pus.
Why? Not funny. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
The fuck was that about?
It's fucking gross.
Gross.
Yeah.
That poor girl that had to say that line. You know?
Yeah. It's like, it's not even that it's in bad taste. It's just like, bad taste humor is fine, but there has to be context that makes it funnier. And that's just, it's like one of those unprompted, like, doesn't really serve any purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
One of the many.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many. How about number
2?
All right, I'm hitting you with another clip here. As the number 1 has to be number 1. I don't think it's going to be funny. It's just true. So number 2 is Shrivel.
I'll tell you, I was doing that with a girl last week, right? I was going crazy. She's going crazy. She's biting my nipples. She's pulling my chest there, right? Oh, crazy, right? Finally, I go, hey, this has got to stop. I said, hey, Mom. all right. Let me tell you this, right? Last Wednesday, right? I'm over this guy's house, right? We're playing chess, game of chess. Finally, I says, hey, this shit's boring the shit out of me, right? So I took the check piece, I shoved it in his eye. I said, there's fucking chess eye for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? Check this out. I went swimming on the boat the other morning, right? I go out swimming and my dick shrivels up. Jesus Christ. You kicked my pubic hair and had my penis hostage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right?
I'm not laughing at the clip. I'm laughing at, I think for my bumpers, I subconsciously absorbed that when I was recording them. Shit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Fuck, that's the first time the first movie of the season influenced the bumpers for the entire season.
Yeah, and
that's for sure.
Following season, as we will find out.
I was close to pulling a couple from this movie just for the sake of pulling clips from this movie.
Yeah, for real. Well, who knows? This may win the season. It is that bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like every season, 1 to 21, has been a slow digression into, just the pits of movie despair because every season we have worse movies somehow.
It's like we started at Redbox, then we ended up in the Walmart $3 bin, and like now we are under Radio Shack in the back rooms. Like just digging through file cabinets that have VHSs in them.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just laughing. What I meant to do was he sounds like he's going for Joe Pesci. Also, here's the thing that drove me insane about that, to use a different term, because he says I was with this chick the other day, and I was going crazy, and like, and that she was going crazy on my chest hairs. And he said going crazy twice in a row, which, like, in any respectable movie, they would have been like, all right, let's just do that again because you can't say the same thing twice in a row, and that really bothered me. But I thought he was going kind of for a Joe Pesci thing. That it was a little Goodfellas to me. Not as cool.
As a copywriter, that's what happens after about 12 hours of writing and you're out of words, and then you proofread the previous paragraph you just wrote, and you're like, I use the word lends itself to like 12 times.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
but this isn't going to ruin any of my bits or later bits. So I'm going to say he was modeled after Andrew Dice Clay. Do you guys know Andrew Dice Clay?
Oh, yeah. The Dice Man's kind of funny, though.
That's who this guy was modeled after.
Yeah.
Where'd I lose this, sweetheart?
What is chess eye?
Chess eye. I don't know.
We don't know. Like Cheshire, I guess. I don't know.
No clue.
Chess eye cat. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
So what
number?
If we don't know.
So you're saying he has something that tops that. So here we go. Number one.
As offensive goes, yeah, because it's a straight jacket, homo-jacket, homophobic humor. Did you guys catch this one-liner? He's like, put this guy in a straitjacket. Never mind a straitjacket, put him in a homo-jacket.
Yeah, because straight, gay. Yeah.
Exactly. Caught that, yeah.
Wasn't the only homophobic humor used in the movie, but homophobic humor is
no, not even close.
Yeah, we can't even laugh together about this one. So just throw it to your ad read, Rob.
Sure. Purple sticky punch. Is that right? Illegal. Purple sticky punch. Illegal. Purple sticky punch.
Rob's ad read.
All right.
I thought you
My
might
name
like
is Mud. Yeah, it's sick, dude. I like how you syncopated it. All right. This one's a little close to home, Chris. Today's episode of the worst movie ever made is brought to you by Captain Slider's Ass Piss Tonic. Is it piss out of his ass or ass out of his piss? We don't know, but it'll definitely give you pink eye. If you're feeling ill, then get ready for Captain Slider's Ass Piss Tonic, which will consequently make matters a whole lot worse. You'll get gout before the big softball game. You'll wake up on the side of the highway with no recollection of how you got there, but the scent of mustard will be all-consuming. You'll have buckets for miscellaneous purposes. Why would anybody in their right mind want to try Captain Slider's Ass Piss Tonic? Because Slider has lived more lives than you could ever imagine living, and most of his stories about it are completely incoherent. So you may as well experience the wisdom he's trying to impart upon us with as many layers of abstraction stripped away as humanly possible. Captain Slider's Ass Piss Tonic. Is he still alive?
I don't know.
There's a guy named Slider, Bob, that Chris and I know. And
Slider?
I don't know his real name.
That's what he chose to call himself.
Okay. So I thought you meant he worked at a place called Slider.
No.
Continue.
He calls himself Slider. I think because of the softball connection. And he was a delivery guy
at the
catch. Yeah, he was a delivery guy, and he'd always show up oozing with something, talking about things that he did the night before, but not really making much sense. And then he'd always ask for a hamburger.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, he asked for a hamburger because we made really good food at Captain's Catch, but I would also give it to him free because he was one of my vendors. He was from Ipswich Maritime, which is
he's a combination
out of Massachusetts.
He's a combination between that guy who's like, I'll kindly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today, and Carl from Aqua Hunger Force.
And he would never pay me for anything.
Yes.
I'll give you $5 for a burger, but next time.
My dad ran a heating and air conditioning business in the 90s.
Okay.
And we used to have this guy just appear at our his office asking for scrap metal. And he had his whole family in the car, little kids, toddlers, wife. And it was like a pickup truck. And he would just go in the back and grab scrap metal and throw it in the truck. And his name was Bob. Go figure.
Huh.
So my dad nicknamed him Scrapper Bob.
Scrapper Bob.
Scrapper Bob.
And he was a mainstay in my dad's business, even though he wasn't paid. But like you said, Chris, you just kind of
All right.
whatever you want, man.
He's harmless. Just
Yeah,
don't go
whatever.
near my family.
Yeah.
Please stop staring at my blonde employees. Slider.
All right, so we're on dialogue.
Well, yeah. Thank you so much, Captain Slider's Ass Pistonic. We appreciate you joining the pod. We're gonna throw it now to maybe our favorite segment here. This is the real meat, the real slider of the show. It's test number 3, the worst dialogue.
Fucking President Clinton.
You had sex with President Clinton?
When that's one of the better lines of dialogue in your movie, you know the rest is pretty bad. And this is the worst dialogue.
Fucking president. I hurt my bladder rollerblading.
Yeah, that might have been the best line. That one actually made me giggle a little. All right, number 5. This is The Flick.
And remember, I was going off a different copy, so I might be slightly off kilter on some of these timings here. But here is Flick.
Hey there, I'm Shecky Moskowitz. Thank you. See you later there, Mr. Cab Driver. Hey, how are ya? Well, what you're about to see is a fictitious, loosely thrown together story about a sea cruise waiter, me, right here, who dreams of becoming a stand-up comedian. This story is based entirely around the fact that we had access to this nice big boat here and a lot of good-looking women. I mean, really good-looking women. Beauty pageant girls. Beautiful.
Hi. Hola. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello. G'day.
Unbelievable. Beautiful. Very clean women.
Clean.
Oh yeah. I wanted to tell you. This is a no budget flick, not a low budget flick. No budget. Just like this would be an earthquake right here. See, that didn't cost us anything right there. Now enjoy the flick. I'll see you later.
Assholes so clean you could eat off of them.
Yeah, I mean, is that kind of the idea? Is that what he means? Like,
I think so.
So clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, really disgusting. Okay, well, that's what I really wanted to bring up. But I like almost credit to them for telling us that there's no budget to this movie. But like,
yeah.
If you think you can make a movie on a very low budget, just do it, or don't do it. Don't do it, and then tell us that you did it.
Or if you're gonna break the fourth wall that early, like you got to pick a lane, because
break it all.
Are they aware they're in the
Deadpool
movie? Are they not aware they're in the movie?
They're not.
Like, I don't know.
Checky is only Checky.
Like, imagine if Ferris Bueller was like that, and Cameron was like, "What are you looking at?" Whoop. He's like, "Oh, the camera." You know?
Yeah. It would ruin the movie because that would make it a bad idea for a movie.
Yeah.
Thor, yarg!
It's a slimy.
I got someone I want you to meet. Slimy!
Slimy.
Hello.
This is my daughter, Slimy!
Hello, Slimy.
My little guppy's been watching you in her conch shell for a week now, and she's just been begging me to introduce you.
You've been watching me in your conch shell?
Yes. I really, really wanted to meet you.
Wow, she is so sweet. Hey, King Neptune, I was just wondering if I could take her to the bow of the ship and maybe give her a kiss, you know, to close the movie. Is that all right?
Go ahead.
But have her back at the reef by 11. And no tongue.
God almighty. It sounds like an episode of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
That's what Rob sounds like Patrick right now.
SpongeBob's good though.
Yeah, I know.
About number 3. Explain it.
Hey there, hi. Well, I got off work a little early tonight, so I figured I'd hang out at the bar with my good friend Bob here. What these guys are doing here, I really have no idea, but I really can't know everything now, can I? I just finished up telling Bob this joke about a farmer. Let's see how he reacts to it, all right?
I don't get it, Shecky. The farmer wears the condom for 8 years. Explain it to me.
No, I can't explain it to you. I guess I must have told the joke wrong or something.
I got it, man. I thought that joke was really funny.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, did I ever tell you that I used to be a waiter once?
You were?
Yeah. It was at this restaurant, man. And I hated that job, man, because I'd have to touch all these people's chewed up food. So you know what I would do?
What?
I would go into the bathroom during my shift, and I'd do a number 2.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't wash my hands, man.
I think that's illegal, man.
That was the future writer director of The Dark Backward.
You're kidding.
Jax.
Nope.
Is that true?
Adam Rifkin. That's Adam Rifkin. Yep.
Oh, yeah. No, I did see that name in the credit, actually. I just didn't make the connection until you mentioned it just now. That makes
insane,
sense.
Because I was drawing parallels to The Dark Backward because of this movie and the comedian, like, wannabe comedian thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there it is. That's him. And he is all what you expected him to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not cool or funny in any way.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad I exist on a timeline that the Dark Backward also exists on, because
I love how our stuff intermingles, because it
Yeah.
just makes all the more sense that
Yeah.
we're covering this now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, good point. I guess I was going to say that I am not glad that I'm on the same timeline as the Dark Backward, because it means that I want to be on the timeline of human civilization 1,000 years from now, when potentially, if we're not all dead because of like really dumb tribal political decisions we make.
Yeah.
We're like in an advanced society where everyone lives for a long time and just gets to do whatever they want all day instead of working.
You don't want to be driving by like a cafe, throwing garbage out, and be like, "I ate a dog there once."
No, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Or hanging out at a party and hearing pickles. Surely pickles, surely pickles. Whatever.
What is the difference?
Oh, repulsive.
Yeah, that was the most repulsive movie we've done for sure. All right, how about number? Surely pickles, surely pickles. This is Sticky.
Knock, knock. Who is there? The big sticky man. The big sticky man who? The big sticky man is you! Shut up, Ahmed. You're not funny. I am funny. I'm very funny. Ahmed is funny!
Oh man, what happens if I go up there and I die a miserable death? They're not gonna like me. I'm gonna blank up there. Someone's gonna throw food at me. I'll be hitting the head with a meatloaf. They'll get thrown overboard. The shark's gonna rip my legs off. I can't be funny.
And no one's gonna hate you as long as you act natural. But I think if we sang a little song right now, you'd feel a little better.
All right.
Okay.
Comedy, such a lovely lady. She'll pick you up.
Pick you up.
When you're feeling blue.
Feeling blue.
She'll run up king.
All right.
A little appeal to comedy as a concept at the end there. Just to try to get you to like give them a little bit of rope.
You need to give them a little more rope, and then they both need to tie it around their necks, and then jump off the fucking boat in tandem.
Yeah.
If only they would, dude. If Adam Sandler never became a thing, I'd be a happier person. Number
1, Daddy. You know what? Fuck it. All right.
As a disclaimer, that is not to say that I have no Adam Sandler projects that I enjoyed. There were a few, but they were very far between.
Yeah, Jack and
number
Jill.
1 is number 1 is Brain.
Come on, let's blow the belt.
I didn't see anything.
Ah,
Ooh, you're a winner, baby. You're always thinking, and I like that. What is that, black hat on there to show respect to your dead brain? Oh, geez, I like that, Sasquatch. Got enough hair on your back? You want me to braid it for you? Oh, it's looking Speedo Bandito there. I like that. What are you, smuggling in a half a roll of certs? By the way, I do weddings in case your parents decide I'm getting married. What's that around your neck? Your mother's lease? You buffoon!
Okay.
Black hat. What is that? In respect to your dead brain, is maybe the worst line I've ever heard from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
the rest
that
of it
was supposed to be,
terrible,
and that was supposed to be a redemption.
That was supposed to be like a death blow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was supposed to be not the faulty bro.
Yeah.
Because he's dreaming of defeating the other comedian with
Yes,
his,
that
his
was like in
prose.
Rocky when he's like, I didn't hear no bell. And then like he comes back with that zinger.
Black hat, what is that in respect for your dead brain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A boing.
Bob, why don't you take it over with test number 4? This is the worst production.
Wow, that production sucks.
Oh, I love the first day of bumpers. It's like, it's like, I'm
It's
trying
like
to think what
Christmas,
it's
but not depressing.
It's so much better than Christmas. It's so much better. Okay. Okay. Worst production. Oh shoot, I don't have a tagline for this one. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna call it rush job.
Okay.
You'll know what I mean when I explain it. So this project started when the producer, his name is insignificant, was asked to judge a teen beauty pageant in Palm Springs. Okay, I think you see where this is going. Now, as a publicity stunt, the pageant promoters were chartering a cruise ship and packing it with current and former beauty contest winners from across the U.S. Now, they wanted more passengers, so the producer called some of his friends and put together a film crew. The deal was a free cruise, all expenses paid, in the Caribbean. Now, before setting sail, he called his friend, the producer. He called his friend and said, "Hey, could you provide the budget for the production and the distribution?" And his friend said yes. Then 6 days before they sailed, he got a script. He turned to his friend Valerie, who wrote the script with Sandler and someone else, and the project went from concept to completion in 3 months. It was written in 3 days, literally written in 3 days. Cast,
I believe it,
in 1 day. It was cast in 1 day. Prepared in 2 days, and filmed over 6 days, with 2 additional days for pickups, like extra shots. The budget was a grand total of $800,000. That was the grand total for the budget.
That's not even that. I've heard of smaller budgets for sure than $800,000.
Right,
$1 million essentially.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to consider all the people that had lines had to get paid.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, Billy Zane.
Yeah, and others.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Zane had a career by this point.
Billy Bob
He
Thornton
wasn't
was
nobody.
Billy Bob Thornton was the construction guy.
Yeah, he was also he was a nobody at this point.
Oh, he was still.
I looked it up. Yeah, he was still he was friends with friends, and they got him the part. I'll get into all that stuff later.
You know what you revealed to me just now, though, Bob? Even though Sandler wasn't the producer per se on this, his MO has been the same since the beginning. We're gonna get a free cruise ship in the Caribbean, and then we're just gonna hang out and then somehow get paid to do it.
You're totally not wrong. You're exactly. He had to have learned something from this experience. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be on a tropical island with beautiful women and make a movie with it. And
Yeah.
like everybody wants to be on a tropical island with beautiful women, so why not just shoot that and then I'll tell some really shitty jokes and make a career of it.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
How about test number 5 is the worst acting?
I have a lovely sack.
That very well may be, though your acting is not that good. This is the worst acting.
How about number 1? Glad you got your phone back.
Hey, waiter! Where's my Bloody Mary?
Ah, yes.
And make it bloody!
Ah, yes, sir.
Hey, asshole!
So unnecessary.
So unnecessary.
Bring me another one!
Ah, yes, ma'am.
Ah.
Hey, asshole.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Oh.
Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, I just fucking hate Adam Sandler so much.
Yeah.
How about number?
No comment necessary. Number 2.
No. Bob did it with the whole oi, oi, oi. This is pizza.
Oh. See that woman?
Where?
Now, idiot on the TV there.
That woman there. That woman on the TV there.
That woman on the TV. I want her killed. Her name is Miss Australia. She said I smelled like pizza.
No. Like a pizza? A pizza? What kind of pizzas?
An old pizza.
An old cheese pizza? With anchovies?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And what kind of crust?
I want her killed.
Oh.
What does that matter?
Round pizza.
It don't matter. Kill Miss Australia.
You want us to kill the women on the video screen?
That woman on the videotape, yes.
You want us to kill that girl there in the videotape that you rented? We're gonna kill her. The girl in there now in the tape that you rented, kill.
It hurts. Please make it stop.
Real quick question though. He's watching tapes that are clearly recorded in the past, but then like he's also watching the monitor like it's a live feed at the same time.
It's in my catch-all. All right, Rob.
Okay. I just want to make sure everybody else picked up on that.
No,
it was just me.
We like
this is advanced stuff, guys.
Yeah, we like how we intermingle projects before, but I have a movie that we've done twice on this podcast that I want to intermingle here, and that is Battlefield Earth. Because in Battlefield Earth, they have very convenient cameras set up on one monitor that Turtle, when Peppers is running through the hallways and stuff, he just always has a camera angle on him.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. I just remember his last name is Peppers.
Yeah.
But anyway, in this movie, the captain of the army that is from some Middle Eastern country that they never name, right?
It's Panama. I looked it up.
What? Oh, so it's they're not Middle Eastern?
I think it's supposed to be the de facto Panama dictator.
When they go,
it is supposed to be Panama, yeah.
When they go, hi, how are you? They're supposed to be Hispanic?
Yes, South American, yes.
No.
Yes, General Noriega, who was captured literally the year this came out.
Yeah, his reign was from like 83 to 89. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great job, Noriega. Sorry I called that into question.
This
Great
movie's
acting.
what
You
this
didn't
movie's
sound
actually
Middle
what
Eastern to me at all.
This movie's what got him outed. They just they watched us like we have to fucking kill him.
No, he was he was a target regardless. Yeah. Anyway, let's fucking get this over with.
Okay. Here's what happens when you aren't willing to take more than one take for a scene. This is number 3. This is Forgive.
You know what my mother says about you? She says you're an untrained animal. But you should hear what my father said. No, I can't. No.
Go to the ship.
What is it, Robinson Crusoe?
What does your father say?
Oh, no. My father doesn't. No, I promised him. I think he swear he said I couldn't tell.
Does he like me or no?
He says he has to like you. I don't think he voted for you, though.
Well, we forgive that.
I'll tell my father that.
We forgive that.
We forgive that. But she's like, I don't want to tell you what my father said. No, tell me what your father said. He said, he said, I forgot my line, that you'll never let him out of prison because he didn't vote for you. It's really that bad. Made me want to, harm myself in ways that men do when they're upset, where they, threaten to cut off their wieners and, throw them into ponds or whatever like that. It made me feel some of those urges,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're alone on that one.
I see a little sun guppies chewing on your little thing out there.
Snapper turtle thinks it's a hot dog and just goes for it. Yeah.
It's really only 2 miles away from my house, and really cold outside, so I could probably.
Wow.
All right, fact or no fact?
Take your fucking varicose sticks off my neck, will you?
Oh, sorry. Fact or no fact.
Oh,
right? All right.
Was that an abuser?
That was an abuser. Yeah. Here we go.
Paper covers wrong. You lose the queen.
It returns.
Oh yeah, sorry. This is fact or no fact.
All right.
Nice. You know what? It's been too long since my metal years. I really forgot those early 90s obsessions. Anyway, I called this, as you may have guessed, Overboard. B-O-R-E-D.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Too easy.
Maybe backslash board?
No, just Overboard. Okay, so fact or no fact, I'm going to read you 5 things, and one of them is a lie. I think this is a pretty easy one. Let's see how we go. Right. So I'm going to read the 5 things, and you guys figure it out. First one. The camera crew forgot to bring lenses on the ship. That's the first one. Second one. The cruise line they were on denied the film from the film crew permission to film in public areas where passengers were around. Okay, third thing. The shot of the cruise ship was the same shot in every establishing shot, because the ship was actually anchored. It wasn't sailing. Okay, fourth one. Any scene where a character was drunk, they weren't acting. They were actually drunk. And the fifth one. This movie starred 1 Oscar winner and 2 Oscar nominees.
Okay. All right. I would believe the lenses thing. I believe the being denied permission thing, because that's also kind of further supported by the boat being anchored, because the establishing shot on an anchored boat would mean there's no public people being seen. I could imagine that they were actually drunk on set, but and 1 Oscar winner, 2 Oscar nominees. I mean, did Billy Zane win an Oscar? He was in Titanic, right? And then Adam Sandler, obviously. Did Billy Bob ever get nominated? He's in some dramatic Sling Blade, maybe. That's 2. I'm assuming Zane took one for Titanic for like supporting actor, and Billy Bob got one for fixing lawnmowers and having that stupid fucking haircut.
Some lawnmowers.
But then there's someone else. I don't know if anybody else would. Dark backward guy, maybe. I'm torn between 4 and 5 because there's like acting drunk and there's being drunk, and I feel like they were acting drunk and not like, you.
Rob, you go one, I'll go the other.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say that I don't think people were actually drunk on camera.
All right, I'll go number 5. Said I would. I will.
All right. I think 5's the right one, so you might have gotten a win out of that.
So the camera crew did forget to bring a box of lenses, so the director of photography was forced to shoot the movie with the wrong lenses. Not that you noticed.
Yeah.
The cruise line. So this was an actual cruise that was actually set sail, and they had to grab shots in the dining rooms, bars, pool, and casino after they were closed for the night, or when the passengers were off the ship, like on an excursion. So to fill out places that had to look lively, they hired a lot of onboard staff as extras.
All right.
So most of the people you see are extras.
All right.
Okay, that's the second fact. Third one. The cruise ship that you see was actually the cruise ship they used. But yes, all the outside shots of the ship were the same shot every time. And it was anchored and docked. Except at night. At nighttime, it was a Carnival cruise ship, which was unrelated.
All right.
Okay.
So also a fact.
Nice.
I took this from Billy Madison. Norm Macdonald was actually drunk in the scene that he portrayed him being drunk.
That tracks.
So you saw my apprehension there.
I did.
Yeah.
I said,
I didn't do
Rob,
anything
take
about
4
it.
or 5. I'll pick the other one. I should have doubled down.
You know what, though?
Billy Bob Thornton is the Oscar winner, and the 2 Oscar nominees are Terry Moore and Burt Young. Now, that was the guy, Noriega. He was Rocky's brother-in-law in Rocky. Okay. So he was a nominee for Rocky. And the lady who was his mistress in this movie, like that blonde lady, she was like a young starlet in like the 40s. She was nominated for something back then.
Okay.
Yeah. Go figure.
All right.
Nice job, Rob. Fuck you. Let's throw it to the catch-all.
What? No, good job, Rob.
Thank you. Time for the catch-all.
Oh my god, how perfect was that? Churros. All right, I'll go first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go first.
All right. So young hot starlet who ends up being Noriega's arm candy later in the movie, right? Notwithstanding, we had Billy Bob Thornton, Billy Zane, Milton Berle, Grandma's Boy, Paulie, and Lars from Heavyweights, just to name a few of the people who I recognize in this movie. So if you're not following, I said Grandma's Boy. This is like a Happy Madison guy. The bartender was star of Grandma's Boy.
He's like Sandler's classmate from NYU.
Yeah,
he's done everything with him since then.
Yeah. Paulie, which we just mentioned, Paulie is from the Rocky movies.
Yes.
knew him as Paulie because I've seen all the Rocky movies. Well, not all of them. The first 4 I've seen way too many times. Every time I'm starting to work out again, I'm like, you know what? Throw on Rocky.
Yeah.
Watch these guys with like 2% body fat that are nearly dying because they're so ripped. And that'll make you want to lift weights, you know. And I gotta say, Lars from Heavyweights. That's Bob, his best friend.
Yeah.
You ever seen Heavyweights with Ben Stiller?
Yeah. The
It's
kids
like a
movie,
fat
the Fat
movie?
Camp.
I'm gonna say no, but I know it. I just have never watched it.
Oh my god, it's amazing. It's
Does it still hold up?
So if you've seen
Is that
Dodgeball,
Sandler produced?
I want to say no. I'm praying no. I hate Sandler, so no.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Have you seen Ben Stiller in Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's the
so
same
you know
character
the,
archetype.
Yeah, right. He's got 2 things. He's got the like guy who is like at the mercy of the universe as it shits on him, where he's like Meet the Fockers or something about Mary, say like where like just bad thing like Lemony Snicket's. It happens to him all the time, or he's a total douchebag. He's in Dodgeball, and he like he is in Heavyweights, and he's really funny in Heavyweights. But there's a German camp counselor named Lars in Heavyweights, and it's Bob, the guy from this movie, and he's actually really funny. Yeah,
I want to say that. I want to say that's Judd Apatow produced, not.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
So,
that
right.
does sound right. All right, go ahead, Bob.
I thought right away, like almost immediately, that the use of the word chick was just really overdone.
Yeah.
Like if that doesn't make most offensive, that should almost make a most offensive mini game.
Yeah.
Chick. I can't think of a good CH alliteration for that. But yeah, it's overdone.
Like the wrong kind of chick flick.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's
my number 4. I wrote these jokes. Bob, listen. Oh, I can't think of anything funny. Okay, so I squeezed that together, but literally, we have a scene where Adam Sandler's Shecky is like, "Oh, hi, camera. Get out. I wrote some jokes." And then Bob comes in, and we're assuming Bob is going to listen to those jokes. And then he does his stand-up shtick, and he's like, "How you doing tonight?" And then he's like, "I don't know. I can't think of anything funny." He literally said he wrote jokes, and then 45 seconds later, he can't think of anything funny. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
Precisely. Yes.
Oh my god. It fucking drove me insane.
Yeah.
After you, Bob.
All right. This is more specific to me. And I feel a little seen mentioning this, but the chewed gum stuck to the side of the beer can, that fucked me up for a good 5-10 minutes. Like, I don't like seeing chewed gum just laying out there in the wild. It's just one of my things.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, as a teacher, it's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
When a kid just spits gum in my garbage can, I have to look at it for the rest of the day. I'm like, fuck you, kid. I hate you.
I have to debate just how disgusting that
any student specifically you want to call out on the air, Bob?
No, I'll say all of them.
No,
every one of them.
They all listen.
Fuck you, Bryce.
Yeah.
I haven't had a Bryce in a long time, so sure, let's do a Bryce.
Okay. We the worst movie ever made podcast hates you, Bryce. All right, number 3. They are very obviously not in the middle of the ocean, which was just proven by Fact or No Fact. At certain points, you can see houses in the background.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be out in the middle of nowhere, and you could literally see on the skyline, on the horizon, you can see housing developments and shit like that. And it just completely takes you out of the moment. Not that you were in it to begin with, because this movie sucks my asshole every single night. I'm like, please get off of my asshole. Stop sucking it. I don't want my asshole sucked tonight. And this movie's still doing it. So go ahead, Bob.
Oh, that wasn't fair. Not fair at all. Okay. So she's this goes back to Rob. Thank you, Rob, for starting this because it would actually, it helps. Miss Australia is recording her political views, and they're being broadcasted from the boat, and he's watching on VHS, and there's a Miss Australia murder plot. How? That's it.
Runtime. The answer is runtime.
Yeah.
Future.
Yeah,
makes no goddamn sense. My number 2. How would a map help the terrorists find a boat in the middle of the ocean?
They just want to do the thing where, like, oh, you're holding it upside down. That way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I know a gag.
Yeah.
They lose the map, and then they're worried they're not going to find the boat. It's traveling in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
This is not modern day GPS. You cannot find a boat in the middle of the ocean using a map. I'm sorry, not a thing. Go ahead, Bob.
Chris, I feel like I'm going to take this from you because there's no way you didn't get this. A full band appeared at the Laugh Factory on a boat with a nearly entirely young female audience watching the show.
Yep.
Yes.
And loving the song, the hit song, I Want to Slap Your Cat.
Yeah. Full back line. They had a full back line on stage.
Okay.
They hit everything.
I mean, I did consider the full band aspect, but I did not add it to my catch-all. It's in my notes, but I went instead with my number 1, Daddy.
Still a little.
Whoa, you're already on 1? Hold on.
Yeah. Well, just go lightning round after me then.
Okay.
Showing Dickie try to unlock the bathroom door would expose the fact that he's not actually locked in there in the first place. So they just never do it. Which makes makes him the ocean's most idiotic person.
Yeah.
He literally never tries the lock, which drives me fucking insane. Maybe that didn't bother you guys, but he's locked in the bathroom with the lock on his side inside the bathroom, and he literally never tries to unlock himself, even though he's locked in the bathroom. Because if he tried to unlock the bathroom, he would unlock it because he's not stuck in the bathroom.
It would have made more sense if it was like a walk-in freezer or fridge.
Yes, something like that.
No.
Like in The Bear, you know?
I think the point is that he's supposed to be really dumb and can't figure that even, like you said, even that part he can't figure out. That's my guess. I don't know.
Sounds like someone other than me is giving the movie too much credit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'll put a target on my head. All right.
Okay.
I'll rapid fire even though I thought I had 2 more. I'll do my 2 more. The montage of beautiful women that Sandler literally announced. Yeah. He's like, how about this like a montage of beautiful women? And it was like close-ups of skin solely for the purpose of Rob's spank bank.
Yeah.
Like, as he's mentioned.
Yeah. What about it?
So I don't know. That would just seem like it seemed unnecessary. Anyway, now once the terrorists, I'm gonna call them terrorists.
Okay.
Once the terrorists pinpoint Miss Australia, Sandler immediately celebrates because he's like, she's a bitch. I'm glad they're after her.
That's true.
Until she appears, and then suddenly it's like, oh, we gotta protect her. I mean, fuck that. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Like that just that's where I snapped.
Really grinds your gears.
That is a very bad movie.
I wasn't on board at all at that point. I kept like taking breaks, like, I'll make it through. And then that just broke me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry. Enough. And that's it.
Don't need to be sorry. We all hated this. That's what we're watching.
First, I'm going to do one more abuser real quick.
Oh.
You hit it right on the head. But first, let's see a montage of some beautiful women.
All right, and then one thing I want to add to the catch-all that really pissed me off. All right, I know how residencies work in the sense that it makes sense of like the Vegas Strip or like at Madison Square Garden, where you have people passing through and you could do your act and refine your act. For a stand-up comedian to have a residency on a cruise ship, where it takes most comedians like a solid year to come up with a good hour of content or material, even if Dickie was the funniest guy on the earth, which he is categorically not, that'd be career suicide for most comedians because it's the same audience every night. So what are you doing?
Right. How many hours of material are you supposed to have then?
Yeah, fucking, my chest hair. Oh, hey, mom. Shrinkage.
Yeah, my grandma also wants to have sex with me. How funny is that?
What we're watching.
I spend most of my free time watching movies because I feel like at any moment
We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
This is what we're watching.
Yeah.
Romulus. All right.
Oh, the Gymkhana soundbite. I almost used that.
I was
wondering why that was floating in there.
I used it on production as well.
I wasn't. I almost used it on every clip. It took so much restraint for me not to use it on every clip.
All right, I guess I go first again. Have you guys seen Fire Fraud? Do you know what the Fire Fest was?
Oh, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it yet. That's the one where they took everybody's money and then like left them on a desolate island and gave them like saltines to eat.
Oh, was this like the Diddy thing?
Nah.
Yeah, it's a Ja Rule. Ja Rule and this guy Billy something. Billy. Fuck, I can't remember the last name. It's like a standard last name, so I can't remember. But these like he's like a tech genius. Whatever, not really. He's just a fraudster. And he gets Ja Rule to sign on to this Fire Fest, which is supposed to be, they rent out this like giant island and they are like renting out villas to the richest people, but everybody else gets like a really great tent, like big tent with like mini fridges and like everybody gets fed and everybody gets unlimited booze as long as you pay like thousands of dollars to show up to this thing. There are all these musical acts, like it's supposed to be Burning Man,
a festival,
but on an island. Yeah, but like
gathering of the vibes, or like Bonnaroo type of thing, but like upscale. Right. Yeah.
Only they waited so long to pull everything together, and then realized that they didn't have the budget to do it. That bands knew they weren't going to get paid, so they started pulling out. Without the money possible to make like this happen, they couldn't afford to rent out the villas they promised people. Couldn't afford to get the alcohol that they had promised people or the food. They had no organizational skills whatsoever, so they just take people's luggage off of like the back of a 18-wheeler that they had there and just threw it out, and then gave them all FEMA tents and literally cheese sandwiches. And these people spent thousands of dollars to get flown there, to be there,
planned
to have fun.
Their 4 weeks of PTO to like go to this thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then they all end up having to fly back. And like a lot of people are laughing at these because they're like millennials who like are rich social media like influencers, you know? And so people are like laughing at them for like being idiots enough to believe that this could happen. But I don't blame the people who were going. I blame the people who threw it and fucked it up. If you're interested at all, it's super fun to watch. It's Fire Fraud on Hulu. I think Netflix has a version too. But check out Fire Fraud. I also watched just the Over thing got me, so I watched Overboard again with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn.
All right.
If you guys haven't ever seen it, it's I grew up with it. I don't know. For some reason, my family loved this movie.
I grew up with that on HBO like every day.
Yeah. So, Bob, you and I could probably like quote the lines to each other, but like, I still love this movie. I don't know what it is. There's like the backwood element and the like rich, like Goldie Hawn's this rich woman who like hires Kurt Russell to do. I don't want to go into all of it. Carpentry for her, and then she fucks him over, and then he like gets her back by abusing her amnesia to like raise his kids, and then she remembers she's not the mother of the children. and it's a really interesting. There's a newer version, like they did a reboot or a remake.
They did.
Of,
They did. Yeah.
Overboard, but I haven't seen it because that's just. But the original is really fun, and I don't know, probably because I grew up with it. Anyway, go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it didn't age well. That's just what I'm gonna say. So,
no, definitely not. Slavery is never good.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go backwards from how I wrote this. The Instagram page "Bad Lip Reading" got me through the election season. Oh my god, I love bad lip reading. Look it up right now if you haven't ever seen it. I'm not sure if it's just Instagram. It could be on all platforms, but they just take it's kind of like Mystery Science Theater, but more precise.
Yeah,
they just take video footage, take out the audio, and assume what the person said. It's fucking great.
Okay,
especially politically. They have some TV shows too and movies, but the political ones are just great.
Okay,
so it got me through some tough times.
Cool.
Speaking of getting me through tough times, 1999's Bowfinger. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, with Steve Martin and
I've
Eddie
actually
Murphy?
heard it's great.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
I haven't seen it as an adult, but it was on Comedy Central all the time growing up.
Oh my god, Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy are the stars.
Keep it together, Kit. Is it that one, right? Keep it together.
Yes, that's the one. Oh my god. So Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy, Heather Graham, Christine Baranski, even Jamie Kennedy is actually decent in this.
Yeah.
Okay, Eddie Murphy plays two roles. It's got everything. So as far as like movies about making a movie, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. I highly recommend it. It's so good. It never fails. I rewatched it over Christmas break, and I'm gonna go back to it every time. And last, also over Christmas break, I watched something I've always read about but never watched. It's called Romper Stomper. It's from 1992. You ever heard of this?
That's the guy with the big fucking boot, right? I see things referencing it, but I never seen it.
So it's a movie about neo-Nazis in Australia. And their like collective downfall at the hands of an immigrant population that had just had enough.
All right.
It's a good piece of cinema. Russell Crowe plays the lead Nazi.
All right.
He's very convincing. And everyone else is unrecognizable, but it's just so fucking heartbreaking, but justified, and it's just good. It's not something for the light. It's not like as difficult to watch as like a American History X. Like that's really hard to watch.
Yeah.
This has the justice that you're hoping for, but you have to watch a little bit of rough stuff to get to it. But either way, it's a good piece of history in terms of movies. It came out in 92. It's appropriately, 90s movie.
All right.
Pre Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
You get what you get. Anyway.
But post-electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
Yes. Post-electric Boogaloo.
Is there
you for filling that in.
Is there a big boot in Romper Stomper though? Does somebody have a big boot that they stomp people with?
Yeah, it's on the title card. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably there. I mean, they wear big boots.
I think I saw it was a Simpsons episode when Bart goes to Australia after like racking up a long distance bill, and like the punishment they give him is like he has to get like a boot to the butt, and then like they're like, okay, that's fine, and then this guy comes up like I think it's someone from Romper Stomper, and they're like ready to wail on his ass with this giant fucking boot.
Yeah, we made it like an hour and 10, and Rob hadn't said Simpsons yet. And I was like, we're gonna do it.
Okay, all right. So I watched 2024's Civil War. Pretty good. It's
is that Marvel?
No, it's America's like in the second. It's an A24 film. It's like the highest budget A24 film ever made.
Oh, okay.
It's Kirsten Dunst is in it, and others.
Oh.
And basically it's a bunch of like photojournalists during the American Second Civil War, and they're trying to travel from like New York City to Washington D.C. to interview the president, and they kind of leave the politics muddled because like they don't want to like offend viewers or whatever. But basically, there's 4 factions, and they're trying to travel, and like there's just mass graves of like American civilians, and it's visually it's really upsetting and really good sound design. But it's basically just these people trying to a day in the life of these people trying to get to the president before like he gets assassinated. Essentially, Nick Offerman plays the president. Kind of weird.
Oh,
kind of cool though.
How about that?
I rewatched Little Miss Sunshine because I've been sick. So I've been watching things I like.
Oh,
yeah.
God, that's so good. I saw it in the theater.
I saw it in theater like 3 times, and I haven't watched it since. And I rewatched it this week, and it was fucking awesome.
It holds up. It holds up.
Alan Arkin is the man, dude.
Everyone. Oh God, the kid.
Paul Dano. Paul Dano.
Paul Dano is so good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I didn't realize it was him. I did not realize it was him until because he's got like that skinny emo thing going on.
That's the first thing I saw him in. Like that's the very first thing I saw him in.
He grows up to be Adam Driver, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
he looks like it. Yeah.
And then I don't know why I saw it on Hulu and I was like not feeling good, so I watched Empire Records. What a fucking piece of shit!
Fine.
It's fun.
Is it really? I've never sat through it.
It's the Breakfast Club if it were in the 90s. It's catnip for millennials who like need comfort. That's all it is. Yeah.
I've seen it.
I enjoyed it, but it's objectively not good.
No, it's not good. All right, let's try to bad.
Bad credit names. You cut out. Sorry.
Bill Schaefer and the Beluga, Sanford Ponder, Esty Chandler, Gabe Sachs, Pepe the Cab Driver, and Sherry Suckman.
Sherry Suckman. All right,
Sherry Suckman.
Wait, did we not play the bumper? Did I have a bumper? Did I make a bumper?
I don't think you did. Did you?
We never used to.
Let me see. Let me go to the folder. Someone stall. Worst movie ever made. Let's do bio.
If I did, because I feel
so there
like
is a
I did.
bio names. You know what? Here.
If we slow it down, we can actually see the bullets enter and exit Buttercup.
These are not real names. You want to hear a real name? Eddie. Eddie is a real name. Whatever happened to Eddie? He was here a minute ago. Joey and Jackie and Johnny and Phil, Bobby and Tommy and Danny and Bill.
What happened was I put it in the board, and then I saw you had the names, and I mistook it for last week's names, and then I removed it from the board. It's back on the board now.
Dude, that's a really good bumper.
No big.
I like that.
Hey, thanks. All right, let's throw it to the offensive minigame bumper, but not the offensive minigame because we don't have one because we have nothing to compare this to. So,
all right.
You know, at this point in the show,
I don't feel anything. You? Me neither. You? Nothing.
So let's just jump to the offensive minigame.
All right. So next week we will compare Going Overboard to whatever in the measuring of offensiveness.
Yes. So now the movie comparison. Yes. Also something we don't have.
So what you're really trying to say is...
Oh my God, no.
Now we compare the
Hey Rob, now that we're good and primed, can you play ad read bumper again, please?
Yeah. Let's add purple sticky punch. Illegal. Purple sticky punch. Illegal. Purple sticky punch.
Rob's ad read.
All right.
Oh God, I just wanted to hear it one more time. Thank you. Yeah. All right, so pitch. Bob, you won with a 4.125673258.
Yeah.
Great job there. Offensive. Pretty offensive. What do you want to use? What word? So I'll use it again next episode.
Sexist.
Yeah.
Sexist. How about dialogue?
Dog shit.
Yeah, dog shit. Yeah, I agree.
Pitch was production was Rush Job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Well, you caught up, Chris?
Acting.
Non-existent.
Putrid.
Demerit.
Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Yeah, Sandlerism.
Yeah.
Next week.
All
we
right.
had a poll going.
I've got an email
Let's do it.
that will explain the poll. Hey guys, I hope this message finds you well. I just wanted to take a moment to tell you how much I enjoy your podcast. Your intelligence and wit really stand out, and I find myself laughing every time I tune in. You all have such a great dynamic, and it's clear you put a lot of effort into making every episode entertaining and insightful. It's honestly one of the highlights of my week. I also wanted to ask if you consider covering a couple movies that I think would be right up your alley. I believe they would not only be interesting, but also spark some great discussions among your listeners. 2007 Steel Trap, bad movie. I don't know why or how I watched the entire thing, and that's what went on the poll against itself and won. Who I will give credit to in a second. And then 1996 Primal Fear, good movie. Haven't seen it in a while, but I can't remember any issues with it. I'd love to hear your take on these, but of course, only if they resonate with you. Thanks so much for all the amazing content you put out. Keep up the fantastic work, and I can't wait to hear the next episode. Best regards, Shay. Thank you, Shay. We will be watching Steel Trap next week. And then, because we just did a good movie, I'll throw Primal Fear on the poll on Shay's behalf once we get to the end of the season. Just thank you for writing.
Yeah, but you know what, Shay, don't get too big for your britches. So you're getting Steel Trap. So, yeah.
I'll say I worked in a video store in the mid '90s, and Primal Fear did very well in rentals. Yeah. So it must be something. Something.
It sounded Biodome.
No, I've heard it's great. It's Edward
Richard
Norton,
Gere.
right?
All right.
And Edward Norton.
I think they're both in the end.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
And I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'll throw it on the poll at the end of the season. Hold me to that.
Thank you so much for the email. I'm a little disappointed you didn't make fun of us because now I can't make fun of you back, Shay.
All right. Yeah.
You know? What the hecky? Why don't you email us again in like a month and then tell us how bad we are at our job?
Yeah.
And then I'll have clearance to like make fun of you.
Tell us how bad we are. Tell us how bad we are.
Yeah, we don't know. We're so
you got to make it weird.
Worst. So bad. All right. Well, thank you, Shay. So next week, because of your submission, we are doing Steel Trap.
Yeah.
It looks like a horror movie to me. A 2007 terrible horror
If
movie.
we can find it, I'm having a hard time already. But go ahead.
I'll take a look tonight.
Right. Searching all the like legal,
yes,
for finding it. You know.
Yes.
But worst of the season, obviously, is Going Overboard. Shay, I hope you know what you did here. You put Steel Trap up against Going Overboard, and Going Overboard is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So good luck.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your submission. We really appreciate you and your, I don't want to say patronage because we don't charge anybody anything to like listen to us, but for listening to us.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. All right, Rob, why don't you plug us and send it over to Bob for his last word.
It's nice to feel heard sometimes. Okay, you can reach us at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. If you're like Shay and you go to that link, you can click the little envelope and email us with other movie requests. Yeah. Or you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, the other ones. And then we're on TikTok and Instagram. We do trailers, we do polls, we post clips, we post, fun stuff. We like to interact with you guys. And then we get a lot of AI weird like rabbit art in our DMs sometimes. That's pretty cool too from that guy. Yeah. I'm not sure who that is, but I appreciate that.
Rabbit guy. Yeah.
The rabbit guy with the AI stuff. www.theworstmovieevermade.com. And I'm going to pass it along to Bob for the final word. Last word. Single word. Best word.
That's his final word.
I can't break that. Over here. That's the final truth. Let's go.
I did that on purpose, so you couldn't write that.
All right. So, here's my bumper in its whole. So basically, my new thing now is I just do like a minute long.
I just want to hear the bumper. That was all that was. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, I've been doing a minute long composition and then breaking it up for the bumpers, and it's one complete piece. So without further ado, here's the one shot for season 21.
Bye, Taylor School. Thanks, Schmave.
After reading these YouTube comments,
If we slow it down, we can actually see the bullets enter and exit Buttercup.
how offensive! Wow, that
There's the
production
Gymkhana.
Time for the catch-all.
So what you're really trying to say is...
Now we compare the movies. Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening.
You hit that note, huh?
Yeah,